Hello, 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 and welcome. Oh, I'm muted. I was muted. Oh my goodness. Tonight is Sunday night. And I'm going to tell you, I really wanted to go live at my regular time at 2. But I have my Diva, what do we call it? Diva, Downsizing Diva and Beyond, Inner Circle. And that group, we've been reading a book, that Oprah book, Enough, with the doctor, which is a great book. And yeah, so I didn't want to change that. We kind of hit a groove. And then today was our last 2 chapters. It was excellent. Great discussion. So I didn't want to reschedule, people. So I just thought, instead of inconveniencing people, I'm going to inconvenience myself and come on here and do like a little Sunday evening live. So that's one of the reasons why I'm on here. Second reason why I'm on here tonight is because, and this is so funny, it just worked out that this lady's still going to miss this live. I've had people saying, I miss your Sunday lives. And I thought when I was going live on Sunday at 2, it was inconvenient because people were in church. Now, when I was a faithful church goer, I went to the 8:30 service because I went with my parents. They love going early. They're early birds for everything. So I wasn't going later. But if I were going to the 11:30 service, I probably would make it right back here in time to get on the live at 2. So I didn't think many people would be, excited about 2, but I had a lot of faithfuls showing up every Sunday when I was on there at 2. And so I thought, okay, so I'll do some pop-ups. So this is kind of like my pop-up. And so, but the lady who really has been talking to me about these lives, and she missed me going live 3 times a week like I was, she can't come tonight. So I'm like, geez, Louise. So she'll have to catch me. Well, first of all, hopefully, Sherry, you're catching me on the replay. Hi. And if not, I'll be popping up again. You just never know. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I tell people that and they kind of don't believe me because I'm so planned ahead. But sometimes I surprise myself. I even surprise myself. So I see my friends up in the chat. And, I saw some people saying, what is the DD update? What is the DD update? Well, I have like 3 things. A couple of them, some of you may know. If you're in my Diva Inner Circle, you may know already what this is. Don't tell people in the chat. If you're on my stock club, you might know some of the things. So don't tell people in the chat. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it there, but no one knows all the things except for maybe Mail to the Beach. She might know. That lady is. So she tries to pry stuff out of me. But so she might know, but I even doubt it. I don't think she really even knows all the things either. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm going to go into that chat because really, honestly, going into the chat and greeting people is my favorite thing to do. I could be like the guy from, oh, bless his heart. I could be like the guy that used to call people down. What was that show? The Price is Right. Is that right? Come on down. Was that The Price is Right? I think that was The Price is Right. So I like to greet people. I mean, I do it with my students. I do it here. If I see somebody and I haven't seen you in a long time, geez, Louise, I'm going to make you feel special. So hopefully when you come to these live streams, you feel special. And if you're not ready to come out and have fun with me, I'm going to make you come out and have fun with me. I mean, what else do we have to lose, right? So I'm going to start off by telling you guys 2 years on Mounjaro. We're going into March now, so I'm kind of getting away from my anniversary. So I caught it here on the live end of my anniversary. And it's been 2 years on Mounjaro. I really thought I would be my 100 pounds down. So I am going to do a weight update today. I thought I would be my 100 pounds down, I should say, the day I said, I'm going to do it, right? I didn't think I was going to hit a bump in the road, but that's okay. I am delayed, but I'm never denied. Just know that. So I will get to that 100 pounds down, and maybe I did tonight. Who knows? Who knows? So when we do my weigh-in update, we will see. So I do miss doing that. I miss the actual doing it and getting your feedback and guessing and stuff. Do I miss the pressures of it? I don't. It's like, I don't love the scale that much that I want to hop on it every week. And I certainly don't hop on it every day. but I just got used to the, actions of coming here. And because I have so many things going on in my life, I had to give up some things. One of the things I wanted to do is be more private. If you know me, I'm a private person. I really am. And so I still can't believe I'm on here. When I say that, it's true. It's true. And really, if you talk to any of my friends, the Dee Dee you see on here, it's the same Dee Dee. It really, people who've known me for 30 and 40 years will tell you it's the same. Well, some people have known me for 50. How old am I? 53? Yeah, I got some friends that are getting close to 50 now, years of friendship. Jeez, Louise, that makes me sound so old. So, again, I'm 53, just for you out there, just, if you were wondering. And so, for me, I just think, I don't know. I just think like, I just have to get myself to where I want to be with all the things that I have going on. And so one of the things I had to do was kind of scale some things down on YouTube, which I did, right? I love it. I was able to have my little private group. I started this stock club group. Didn't plan on starting that group. Like when I do something, I have like all my ducks in a row. That stock group I started off YouTube, all my ducks were not in a row. I started it just kind of on blind faith and thought, yeah, I know about stocks and stuff, but I never really thought about like the order I was going to teach it and all that. The people who were interested, they just wanted to get started. And what I will tell you, when I say on here, start where you are, I mean, start where you are with anything in life. And I do that. So I think part of the thing you need to do as a teacher or as a coach or as somebody people are watching online is just kind of model what you say, right? Walk the talk. So that's what I did. I started that stock club and I wasn't really ready. I just started it because I knew I should. And I tell anybody, iron sharpens iron. That is so true. So I want irons around me, right? Because you can't sharpen with a dull knife. So I want people around me that is thinking, that's smart, that's strategical when it comes to my stocks and stuff like that. And so I'm not just like that. I want other people around me like that. So that's all of that. I have all that going on in the background of YouTube. And that I haven't even talked about my personal life yet. So I got all that going on. So I said all that to say, I am a busy lady and, it may ease up and it may not. You guys have to tell me depending on what we're doing. So tonight I'm going to tell you about my 2 years on Mounjaro. I do have a video out, so I'm not going to really get into it because hopefully you watch that video. I'm just going to show you the video so you know what to go look for. I hope this all doesn't come crashing down when I show this video. When I show this, wait a second. Oh, go Diva, go Diva, go Diva. I look so smart on that picture, don't I? With the glasses and everything. Did I have on glasses? Wait. Oh, I had on glasses on the other one on the top of my head. I'm a glasses lady. So yeah, I was like, I look so smart on that picture. I'm gonna put that up there. And I love it. So go and check that video out. I really get into my journey. I talk about it all. It's a more of a conversation. It's not that cerebral like I can be, at times. So I'm just on there talking, shooting the breeze, letting you know that, what's up with my journey. And so check that out. One of the things I didn't talk about in the video is, I really don't think I really got into some of the things that surprised me on this journey. And I talked about the hardest part, the easiest part, all those sort of things. And I may ask you before this night is over, what was yours? But one of the things I didn't talk about is what surprised me on the journey. I don't think I talked about that. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then we're going to get into my weight. Then after that, we're going to talk about my big life update, because I'm not joking. I do have a big life update. And not only is it a big life update, it's something that could change the course of my weight loss. And so I don't know. Hopefully it's for the better. So I got that going on. Then I have some big news that a few people know, but not really. It's big to me. To you guys, you might be, that's it. But it's big to me because it's going to support me, I hope, on my journey. Then I have something that I was asked to do, and I'm going to ask you guys, as hopefully a lot of people in the chat are people that follow me, rock with me. What do you think I should do? And I'm kind of going to go into some content creator stuff there because it kind of has to do with that. So if you don't want to hear about it at the end, log out. In the meantime, don't log out now. Wait toward the end. Then in the meantime, I'm going to show you pictures. That's what I miss about Sunday, is showing pictures of my situation, my family, my daughter. So since we last talked, my daughter had a birthday. I'm going to share some pictures of that. Of course, she has on glasses because I don't like to prefer to her to be out and about. The fact that she's even on here is like, that's progress, right? Again, progress, not perfection. So I'm going to show you some pictures of this little lady. I'm going to show you how I think I got my weight to where it's at now. I'm going to show you a little bit of update on, for Lent, I gave up snacks and sugary snacks and stuff. And then last night I went to a little social event, and that boosted up my what do you call that? Confidence, if that's a thing with me, right? Because I'm already pretty confident. But that just took me up another level. And I didn't take pictures. I should have took pictures last night, but there's a reason why I didn't. I can't say it on here, but I kind of talked about it in my Diva group. Because you got to think other people could be watching, so I don't ever want to really hurt folks' feelings or anything like that. So I'm not going to say a whole lot about that. But so I didn't really take pictures last night like I really wanted to, or should have. I shouldn't say should have, because I didn't really want to. But my daughter took some pictures, so I do have. My daughter's like, let's take a picture. So I do have a little picture my daughter took of us. It's kind of like a selfie. So let's get started with my surprises. So about Mounjaro and Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, whatever it is. But I'm telling you, I was so surprised. This is 2 years in, and what surprised me the most about this is the fact that the emotional eating was going to kick in. Like, I didn't really expect that to happen on this journey. Neither did I expect somebody like that was meaningful in my life to pass away within this journey. So I guess not expecting that, just kind of, and I'm thinking, why doesn't the medicine handle that? And it doesn't. It just doesn't. You have to learn how to navigate that and do all that on your own. And it wasn't so much that, because I think when I say that, you might envision me like laying around and moping and crying and all of that. And I really wasn't doing that. Now, I will share the tear. So you guys have seen me on here doing the ugly Oprah cry. So I do that. But what I was doing was, I wasn't in my routine. I was worried about what other people had going on, concerned about what other people were doing. And I took that focus off of me first and put it on somebody else. And so during that time, and multiple people. And then it snowballed into another situation that was going on in my family that needed my attention. So I took the focus off of me and went and put it on somebody else. And because I wasn't in my schedule and routine, I got out of it. So I'm surprised that, that happened to me. I really wasn't expecting that. And the second thing that surprised me on this Mounjaro journey is that you can get stuck. I feel like I was doing all the things before December, my disastrous December. And even when I was doing all the things, you guys would see me. I would come on here, it's a 0.2. I would come on here, it's a 0.4. I would come on here, and it's times where I wasn't doing weeks where, I wasn't doing all the things like 100%, but I'm an 80-20 person. I've always said that. And even sometimes when I was like, okay, I'm about to be a 90-10, and I don't know that anybody is 100%, but if there's a thing, I could put myself in that at times. And it would just drop very slow. And so I wasn't expecting that. But being on something for 2 years, your body gets used to it, which is right. You have dose increases and all of that. So I'm in the process now of trying to figure that out without going up a dose, because I really don't have food noise. I do have the cravings. And actually my cravings, that leads me into, I don't want to jump around, but my cravings are going away now that I've cut out that sugar. Remember, for Lent for 40 days, and I don't even know what day I'm on. That's how easy peasy it's been, because otherwise I'd be counting down the days. I don't even know what day it is of Lent, but I just know I'm not having a hard time. Like, I'm not eating, and I'm not eating anything sweet. I'm trying to stay away from sweet treats. It's so funny. I've really been doing a nice job with it. So like I said, I don't even know what day of Lent we're on. If anybody knows, if anybody keeps up with Lent, put it in the chat. Do I even need to know? I probably don't even need to know. So I've been doing a great job with that. So that is what has, that is what has just surprised me about being on Mounjaro for 2 years. And I don't know, have there been studies out? I don't even think there have been studies out for people who've been on it 3+ years. I just know Patrice Denise, shout out to her. She's been taking Mounjaro for a long time. I know Dave on the pen was taking Mounjaro. He's been taking it for a while. Countess of Shopping, she had to be on it for some years, more than 2+ years, right? So I'm thinking Mindy Peterson, I interviewed her. I interviewed Dave. I interviewed the Countess. I interviewed all those people. So I was gonna say, go back and look at their videos, but you can look at the interviews I did with them. And so, they've been on it for a long time. They're kind of like pioneers, but I say we are all pioneers because we are the first wave of folks talking about our experiences with this medication, documenting it. Like if you're a content creator, shout out to you. Maybe your videos will be worth a lot of money one day because people are going to want to know what your experiences were, and we have it documented. So if you're somebody out there, you were thinking about starting a channel, documenting your journey, I'm going to tell you to document your journey because you just never know. One day it might come in handy. One day they might need to know. You might be somebody who they plug into your channel for some good information. So I always say, represent yourself really well. When I had that doctor on not too long ago, people were like, oh, how did you contact that doctor? Remember he talked about the emotional part of eating, which was right up my alley, right? And when he talked about that, people were like, how did you get in contact with him? Well, he had been watching my channel and contacted me. So that's what I'm saying about coming on this platform and presenting yourself well. If you can't speak well, take some classes on how to speak and present yourself. This is the teacher in me coming out. But I mean, seriously, do I say everything correctly? Am I so prim and proper? No. People have told me I am. I don't see that in myself. But I do know I come on here with my best professional foot forward. That's just me. I would do that no matter where I was at, right? I would do that at the club, shouting it out, that's just how I've always been. So it's no like, oh, I'm coming on here and being a character. This is just me. And I would say as much as I've been on live, you can't be on live pretending to be something you're not 3 times a week. It just doesn't fly. Somebody's going to figure it out. Somebody's going to catch it. You're not going to be consistent. You're not going to be able to, do that if you're doing that. So I'm just going to say the pioneer, shout out to us. I give you guys all the kudos for coming on this journey. And if you're not a content creator, you are also important because you are also on our lives. You're also on our videos. You're sharing your story, your journey. You're inspiring us. And so that's appreciated. That's appreciated. So let's get into the pictures of it all. Let's get into my weight. I just got to go to work in the morning. So I can't be on here as long as I normally probably would. We got report cards due. Honey, I am busy. So I'm going to start off by just showing you some pictures, and then we'll get to my weight, and then I'll finish up with how I think my weight is, where it's at. So let's start, and I hope I don't mess this up. Jeez, Louise. Oh, here's a picture of this is a before and after. I kind of, in my Ayuga, don't sleep on Ayuga. If you're not somebody that's wearing that Ayuga, go pick you up some Ayuga. Use the Diva code, DIVA25. You can stack the discounts. But look at the Diva. I am up there. Like I was a chunky lady and I am slimming it down. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to show you after I do my weigh-in. I'm going to show you how I'm looking. I don't think I look any different, but you guys see me more than some people have seen me. I'm going to tell you what the people who haven't seen me in a long time said in person. So I'm also going to try on this jacket. I bought this jacket. It's a size XL. Now, when I tried it on, I had on a little t-shirt, I think. So I'm going to try it on with this sweater. You're going to see it real time. Does it fit or does it not? So we're going to try that on after I show you my weight. But I'm pretty excited about I could wear a size XL in a coat. Now, all X sizes are not created equal. Now, this is not a plus size. This is a regular size. So if I'm I tried it on. It does fit. Now, I don't know if it fits with this sweater, but we shall see. Because maybe I can't button it up with this on. Zip it up. We will see. Should I embarrass myself? I won't be embarrassed. I'll just slim down into it. How about that? All right. So there is that. Okay, so this next picture is my daughter and her birthday. So this is her birthday cake. Look at this girl. She is a fashionista. We picked up her birthday cake. If you're on my membership, you probably saw, as soon as we picked up this cake, we hadn't done much. Just we went to get her hair done. She got her hair straightened out. The lady who straightened it out did not do a good job straightening it out. As you can see, it's still a little puffy, but it was cute, and but yeah. So anyway, that's her cake. She's picking it up. Those glasses I just planted on her just because, she had on her little hat. She just loves to match and do it up. And then that's her actual cake. Look at what a cute cake that is. That's from Anything But Cakes. And if you remember, I had my cake from there. So she wanted hers there too. So that's the little diva. All right. So then, oh my gosh. If you have a daughter, you can relate to this. We ordered 3 dresses from Amazon. They were all pink. They were all fabulous. And I was just going to let her pick one, take the rest back. Well, when the dresses came, she did not want the dresses. None of them she liked. And she said, Mom, they look like grandma. I'm like, well, how do they look like a grandma? She said, because they're too long. So she said, my dresses need to come right at my knee or above my knee. So I'm going to show you what she ended up wearing. And it wasn't one of those dresses. So here we go. So this is what she wore. She ended up wearing. So, okay. So here's the purple. That's what she wore to school that day. And then this next outfit, she just piecemealed together. So she had this little polo jacket, which is cute, like a sweater vest. And she had a pink shirt. Now she puts this together. She has some, I wish I could show you. She has some pink cowboy boots. Like, what's that song? Boots on the ground. How does that song go? Boots on the ground. I said boots on the ground. So she had that. And she has her little button and she was just ready to go. She has her little purse ready to go. And that's what she wanted to wear. She did not want to wear those dresses and she was not playing. I thought she was going to give in and say, okay, well, I thought she would give in and say, okay, I'm just going to wear the dress. She did not. So she stuck to that. And then the next picture, I don't know what the next picture is. Let me see if I can see. Oh, okay. So the next picture, I've just been busy with all things. My daughter, my schedule changed because my daughter, she on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So let me just say that because I don't know if you guys can see me, but I like to be all up in the camera. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my daughter, we started going to like homework help, right? So she could do her homework there. She's in there. I'm in there doing my homework, whatever that might be. And she comes out and, so she has her homework done. That's Tuesdays, Thursdays. We get home anywhere between 6 and 6:30. We go right after school. So one of the things I found out last week is that she had this project due and we signed up for it, but I never heard anything about the project. And I'm thinking, well, they must have canceled it. She must have changed her mind. Well, the lady calls me on Tuesday and said, yeah, we still have this project. And I said, well, I'm just finding out about this. It's due Friday. I said, actually, she called me. She had called me and left a message. We played phone tag. So I went to the store, Michael's, and got some crafts things, like a poster board was the main thing, to put this little board together. So this is the board. Now, I'm going to tell you what upset me. And I'm not upset, but I'm a little irritated. So anyway, I don't know if you guys know who Marie Van Britten Brown is, but she invented the security systems as we know them. She decided one day that she would, her husband would work nights, and she decided that she wanted to come home and be safe. So we got 93 people watching. I love that because I hope you're learning some history here. So she decided she wanted to come home and be safe, and she invented a camera. She invented the camera, the intercom, a button you can push when when it's an emergency, when you want the police to come, like this whole. So how we know surveillance and safety now, we can thank Maria Van Britten Brown. So shout out to you. She passed away in 1999, but my daughter wanted to do her, and the goal was to pick somebody that we don't really know to focus on. So anyway, I'm telling you all this to say, this is why support looks different in this GOP1 community. This is why I can't be everywhere doing everything. Because, honey, I had to put this together. And this is not the first time something like this has happened. But I had to put this stuff together at the last minute because we weren't, I didn't know about it. So this is her poster. It turned out nice. She had a lot of stuff going on with it. But one of the things I was annoyed about, look at these red cards. This was her speech. It was 3 of them that she had on there. We made a camera lens, like an old-fashioned camera lens. We made it out of toilet paper. We made it out of aluminum foil and tape. And it says lens on there. I don't know if you can see it, but we put a peephole through. You can look through it. And then she has her word search that, had some of the words that, relate to her. Well, do you know she didn't get to share any of that? Like that part. The only thing she got to share was her poster board because they left it in the room. And I had to say to myself, don't get upset with the lady. I will be sending her an email before I go to bed tonight. I already emailed her teacher, but I will be sending her an email because why didn't she get to share that? That was the most important. I felt like one of the most important things. So anyway, that lady was probably stressed out because we talked and she was telling me how she had all this to do. So anyway, I'm telling you that to say, so I had to, at the last minute, drop everything. But you guys, if you have kids, this is not new to me and true to me, but this is what happened. So I say support looks different for everybody. And I can't be watching videos and on videos and in lives because I got my own life going on. So, and I love that. I love that she chose somebody and she did it. So anyway, so I've been as busy. So when I'm busy, not just on YouTube, I'm busy in my actual real life. So let me tell you where my weight is. Let me show you how I'm looking. Let me try on this jacket, and then we're going to get to the big life update and a couple other things. And then again, I need your help in deciding what I should do. Somebody I saw asked where my girl Mel is. My girl Mel is watching. She can't be on here right now. She's doing something. She's at like a dinner. And you like how I threw that Black History Month fact up in there? And I know this is Women's History Month, right? This is Women's History Month. It's the month of March. So if you are a woman out there, and everybody came from, a great woman, hopefully, great. I'm sure most women are fabulous, right? We're all fabulous. So you're fabulous moms. When you get off here, send your mom a text if you can. I wish I could. I must talk to my mom, even though she's not here in the flesh, and thank her for all that she did. Any woman out there, you want to just really celebrate them. So I get to celebrate all year long because I'm Black all year long and I'm a woman all year long. So I love that. So okay, so let's get to my weight. Let's get to the weight of it all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was coming here tonight thinking I could be at my milestone, right? Which was my milestone was 100 pounds, right? And so I knew I wasn't going to do that, but I'm just saying I envisioned this a while back, right before December. So now I was thinking like maybe I could get to 85 pounds now. And so I said, no, my slow and steady self won't let me do that. Then, the last time I weighed in, and I think it's in my profile, I was 83.6. So tonight I am, let me give myself a drum roll. I'm about to give myself a drum roll. We got 99 people watching. Where's that 100th person? Come on in. I guess they say your weight is not 100 pounds down. So 100 people aren't going to be watching. Okay, so here we go. So let me show you. Let me give myself a drum roll because I just want to. All right, so here is my weight. I know how to be dramatic, don't I? Here I am. Dun, 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 dun. I am 84.4 pounds down. And with that, I'm at 101 watchers. Go Dee Dee, go Dee Dee, go Dee Dee, go Dee Dee. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm so close to that 85. Now, what is up with that? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I am so close to that 85 pounds down. And I'm going to tell you guys, I said, geez, Louise, can I just get a pound, a good pound or two? And I'm telling you, it is what it is. Now, I'm going to tell you, last night, one of my friends had what did she have? She had a birthday party. Why do I not know? So one of my friends had a birthday dinner, and of course I went. And when I went, you know how you walk out and you're like, I look cute. So I was thinking that last night. So I go to the birthday party, and I had not seen this friend in a long time. I talked to her, but I had not seen her. And so when I saw her, oh my goodness, just the her and her mom. And her mom is one of those moms where she does not like, if you have a something in your nose, she's going to tell you to take it out. If you got something with your hair messed up, she's going to tell you your hair's messed up. So she just fawned all over how good I looked. And, I'm going to say this when I finish showing my myself, because I might forget to do it if I don't do it now. And I'm going to try on that jacket. Now, I'm going to tell you, the jacket is from Target, better known as Target. Remember I told you I had a lot of gift cards from Target from my students giving it to me for Christmas. And I even had some from last year that I just never, I wasn't going to Target. So Target is right next to where I get my nails done. So I went to Target. I used those gift cards and I saw this jacket. And the jacket saw me. I saw the jacket. The jacket saw me. I saw the jacket. The jacket said, try me on. I said, why not? So I did. And I thought, this will be for next year. I'm telling you, when I got the jacket, I thought, I'm going to wear this for next year. The sizes they had were a large, extra large. And I thought, okay, I'll get it for next year. And so, no, ma'am. I could wear that baby this year. But I'm going to show you, because maybe I can't with this. And I mean, it was a little squeeze of a fit. So you guys know my goal is to, now these pants are kind of too big. Nicole, Bellflower. But that's okay. So here is my, I'm trying to come in. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm trying to come in. So I'm coming in. I'm going in. So let's see if I can fit this jacket. So here's this jacket. This is the jacket. So cute. I haven't taken the thing off yet. So this is the XL. Now, for all you girlies out there, this is a regular XL. This is not a plus size XL. All XLs are not the same. Now, if you've never been plus size, this is for you. If you're plus size, you already know that. So here we go. Jeez Louise. Okay, it's a puffer jacket. I would never worn a puffer jacket either. I'm already puffy. All right, so here we go. I got my mega knees going on. Mega knees. I crack myself up. All right, so here we go. So I could wear this coat. Let me turn the heat off because I don't want to pass out with this big old puffer coat on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would have never worn a puffer coat 6 months ago, maybe even 3 months ago. I would have never wore a big old puffer coat. It's so cute, though. Isn't it cute? I like the look. I like dainty, if you haven't figured that out about me. I like things that's dainty and cute. Fabulous, I would say. So I would have never worn a puffy coat on here. I would have never worn a blue sweater. In my closet, one day I'm going to show my closet. In my closet, it's black, blue, pink, green, red, black. Everything is black. So I'm so excited that I could fit this coat. And like I said, I thought, this is for next year. It's for this year. Bingo, bango, boom. So I'm going to tell you, let me show you this other picture because last night. So last night I was out with a friend for her birthday. And I'm going to show you a picture of me and my daughter. My daughter took this selfie. Somebody took the selfie. Maybe I took the selfie. My daughter wanted to take the selfie. So, this is me and baby Didi back in July, looking fabulous. This is us. And yesterday, what's that? Yes, what was yesterday? Saturday. Right? I'm so confused. Today is Sunday. So this is the picture she took. I wish she would have taken a whole body picture so you could see my whole outfit. So, I go in there. I think I'm looking fabulous, right? But, I'm like, people see me at work all the time. And now people don't really say anything because they are used to seeing me all the time. But I'm thinking, this is it. These are people who haven't seen me in a long time, right? And one of the ladies, she's no hold bar. She's going to tell you, I don't care what it is. So they were like, oh my gosh, you look so great. We can really see you slimmed down. How much more weight do you want to lose? And I said, well, I haven't met my goal. I said, I'm down 83 pounds. I said, and I want to lose 70 more pounds, right? I said, I'm down 83 pounds and I want to lose 70 more pounds. And so she says, 70 more pounds. She was like, I don't think you can lose 70 more pounds. Like, well, how small do you want to be? And I said, well, I want to be between 145 and 149. I hear that's the weight. If you're between those weights, I hear those are the weights that, you would be like normal, not normal range, like my A1C, right? Just normal. And so she says, I think you, she says, I think you don't want to do that. She's like, I can't see you losing much more weight. And I said, well, yeah, I can. So I'm thinking I just look smaller than I do on camera when you see me in person, which I guess most people do, right? I don't know why I'm surprised by that, because I've seen some people on screen and they look smaller. So I guess that's a thing, right? So I said, okay, so then I see this other girl. Now, this is my friend's friend. She was actually one of the ladies that went with me to my 50th birthday. You know, we've done things together, but we don't talk all the time. We've kind of lost touch. And she didn't recognize me. She's like, Shay, is that you? She did not recognize me. She said, oh my gosh, you look so good. And she said, did you get taller? I said, no, Ange, these are heels. And I'm going to tell you one thing I loved about wearing the heels, because I love a good heel. And I'm short. I consider myself a shorty. I'm 5'4.5". I used to be 5'5". They say now I'm 5'4.5". And so I like to wear a good heel to make me, a little bit taller. And so I had on my little boots with the heel on there, and she was like, have you gotten taller? I said, no, but I said, I feel comfortable. And she said, I told her I wanted to lose 70 more pounds. She couldn't believe it. She's like, Shay, you're going to have to reevaluate that. She's like, I'm going to tell you, I can't imagine you losing 70 more pounds. She's like, I don't go by that. Now, this lady is thin. Like I don't know, she's naturally thin. I know she never talks about weight and this and that. She just is a nice shape, but she's naturally thin. And she's like, I'm telling you, I don't know if you could lose 70 more pounds, but she said, whatever you're doing, keep it up, because you look great. She's like, you just look great. She's like, I just didn't recognize you. And when I remember my 50th birthday is the last time we hung out, and that was going 3 years ago now. We went to Vegas, had a blast. But I see those pictures and I was super chunky. So my face probably was kind of unrecognizable to her at that point, So anyway, that just made my day. So my night, because this was last night. So when I was leaving out, I'm saying goodbye to her mom. And she's like, Shay, I'm telling you, you could stay where you are. She's like, I'm looking at you. I said, no. I got a ton more to lose in my mind, a ton more to lose. And I said, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to buckle down. And I said, I'm not really rushed to do it. Normally I would have given myself a goal. Like, I'm going to lose 100 pounds by the DD's meetup in July. But I didn't even say that to myself. I kind of said to myself, and myself talked back kind of. And I said, I'm just going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I'm just going to set myself up for success. So one of the things that I did was, Taisha, I don't know if you know this, but I bought a walking pad. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, 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 dun. Hey, Taisha, I bought a walking pad. I cannot believe that I bought a walking pad. And I'm going to tell you, some of the, I've gotten so many. Every time I open my email now, I got a solicitation. So I said, I must be doing something well on this YouTube, because all these sponsors are reaching out to me. And this one reached out to me a long time ago, when I was first really starting out and to do kind of well. And one of the people reached out to me and said that that they wanted me to either advertise, like they were sending me a treadmill, a walking pad, or it was like a home gym and something else. And at the time, I just saw that was all they were offering. Now, for me, you got to offer me like something on the back end. I don't want you to just offer me a free item, because I could buy my own free item. You know what I'm saying? I'm a stock investor. I mean, geez Louise. So seriously, no, I'm on a budget actually. But I said, I could buy my own, walking pad. You got to offer something on the back end. And they did not. And plus they wanted to be able to take my video and share it to eternity. Well, I don't need that. And I don't want that. So I said, no. So I thought when it was time to buy a walking pad, I was like, dang, I should have got that walking pad. So I actually bought the walking pad in December. I bought it in December. And I've been December was just a disastrous December. So I didn't even really get on that. That thing that thing is in my room, my bedroom. It looks at me every day. I look at it every day. Our eyes meet. And now I've been getting on it though. So I'm really gonna just really get a plan in place. Like I've just been so out of sorts with all things going on. My dad, finally we had his big doctor's appointment that we were supposed to have. Finally, I see I can see the finish line with that situation. My daughter, her stuff is about to rev up, which is going to put me out of commission here on YouTube as much as I pop in people's lives and this and that. But I probably won't be able to do that as much. So, hey, I got things going on. So that all leads me to my big, huge update, which some of you people know and some of you won't. Yeah, I can see Miss Rita, December, this was a December to remember, right? And not in the best way. But I think when you have things go on, it kind of builds your character, right? It makes you stronger if you can fight through it. And so that's kind of what I did. I kind of fought through it. And, I didn't meet my goal, but that's okay. Again, iron sharpens iron. So I had some friends that were there to just support me, kind of guide me along the way. And I was able to support some people through it too. So Kate, I saw that. Kate, my girl, Kate. Kate, you guys want to predict. What do you think? Now, people that know, don't predict because predict what you think my big announcement is. And I just really, now I want to tell it. So if you're going to predict, hurry up and predict. I am going to go in the chat. And then after I tell you this huge live, I'm not going to talk about it too long because I don't want to do the ugly Oprah cry on this thing. You guys might be saying, that's another thing I wanted to say. While you're putting your prediction in, the reason why I probably got to that 84, I was so close to that 85, it's because I've been giving up those protein bars. This is the reason. Now I'm going to tell you, I told Taisha this earlier. This is the reason I have so much energy. She mentioned that. A lot of people mention that. That live stream on Wednesday was everything. If you love me or you just out in the bushes watching and wanting to come on here but don't, or you're in the bushes, the clouds, the sky, the arc, wherever you are, chilling at your home is what you're probably really doing, or watching from your car, wherever you're watching from. We have 174 people. So I'm going to say to you, I said to her, I said, geez, Louise, like, I don't want to get tickled. But I'm going to get tickled. I don't want to get tickled. But, I don't want to get tickled and be silly and goofy. But I said to Taisha, I haven't been eating sugar. I have not been eating sugar, which you would think it would bring you down. But no, it has lifted me up. I have so much energy. So I now see why the keto people now that I won't want to do that, but I do see why what the keto people and the carnivore people talk about when they say when you cut out that sugar. Now I've still been eating carbs though, and I've been eating fruit, but it just has pumped me up. Like I just got so much energy. I'm like, bring it down, Diva, and I just can't. So I've been eating strawberries. So there's my strawberries. I had some pistachios. So this is what I'm taking for lunch tomorrow. I got my strawberries. I got my pistachios. So that's what I'm taking. That's what I've been eating. And I have grapes too. I'm not taking those tomorrow, but I have grapes. So I've been just giving up that sugar, that processed junk, and that has given me energy. Really, that's what it is. No Red Bull, no caffeine, no coffee. I'm not a big coffee person. If I drink it, it's definitely during the day. So did you guys guess my announcement? What it is? Let's see. Geez, Louise, can I see? I see congratulations. I am going to go in the chat. So don't leave out of here before I can greet you and you can help me solve a dilemma I'm having. Dee Dee, I'm going to be walking it out. Yes, Taisha. I did not tell you that. I said, I want you to be surprised on here with the rest of the folks. Which walking pad did I get? I don't know the name of it. I probably will show it and do some, record myself on there and show it and talk about it. But I can't remember the name offhand. But when I know, I'll let you know what it is. I'll let you know. So are you guys guessing what it is? I don't see it. Let's see. You are going to, I love surprises. Yes, I'm glad you love surprises, Taisha. All right, so this is my, and Taisha, I think you know this, Taisha, but this is my other. So the walking pad was the one thing. Who thought I would get a walking pad? I'm like, I don't want to walk. Now, mind you, this is somebody who has a Peloton treadmill. I got a Peloton treadmill. I got access to all those trainers, all anything you can do. So that just goes to show you, this is why coaches and things are important. Coming to my DD meetup, not meetup, but my DD inner circle is important too if you need some support, because you can know to do all the things, but what's going to motivate you to do it? I got that Peloton treadmill down there. For me to walk, now not to strength train, because that I like doing, but for me to walk, I needed something to just basically like greet me out of the bed. Other than a good looking trainer that I might hire this summer. So yeah, it's wild. But yeah, so, and I don't know. I think at this point, it's just an ongoing joke with myself and I, like, that I'm not a big one. I didn't tell you either, Bellflower. Yeah, I got that walking pad. It's funny because I was talking to Mel one day, because Mel was like, call me and we could walk, because she's always doing something. And so I called Mel one day. So I'm like, I'm only going to do it for 15 minutes. So I'm on there, I'm walking. My daughter's, she's doing her thing. The next thing I know, so I said, okay, I'm going to increase the intensity. So I go up in intensity. Okay, first of all, I might not look it, but I'm 53. So I go up in intensity. I'm going to tell you, when I went up in intensity, I almost fell off that treadmill talking to Mel on the phone. She was like, Danny, are you okay? Are you okay? Luckily, on the side, I hit my stride, Paula. I'm telling you, I thought I was doing my thing, girl. I hit my stride. The next thing I know, I almost fell off that treadmill. So not the walking pad. So I was able to jump off. It's right by my bed, like the bedpost. So I was able to grab it, and I grabbed that bedpost, and it saved me. And my daughter came in there. She's like, "Are you okay?" Mel's like, "Are you okay?" So that's what I'm saying, doing too much. So I got to slow it down. I got to go slow and steady. And I don't know why I thought I could go on there and start sprinting. That treadmill said, no, that walking path said, no, ma'am, slow your buns down. And that's what I've been doing ever since. So I'm still in a battle with myself. It's me. It's that treadmill. It's greeting me when I get out of bed. Good morning, Shay. And I'm saying, good morning, treadmill. Are you going to get on me? Not today. One day it's going to say, well, then when are you going to get on? Sometimes at night, because I thought too it would be too noisy for my daughter. And sometimes at night I could sneak on there, and she said she didn't hear me some of the times I've been on at night. So it's to me it's loud, but Mel didn't think it was that loud when she was on the phone with me. My daughter didn't think it was loud, but I think it's a little. I guess I'm used to that Peloton treadmill that's just quiet, right? Unless the folks are talking to me. So anyway, I said all that to say, I'm gonna be walking up somebody's storm. I got energy now that I gave up those snacks for Lent. So geez Louise. So this is my huge life update. I don't know what you guys think it is. I see some guesses. Somebody said retirement. Somebody said, I love surprises. Somebody said your glasses and your jacket match. Yeah. I love that. And these are my Firmoo glasses. They're another sponsor that hit me up. I'm going to buy some other glasses. They got some nice glasses on there that I want to buy. So go get my link in the description and match me glasses for glasses with this Firmoo. I just love it. So my huge announcement is, and I'm going to tell you, this announcement is really it's going to change my life, but I think it's going to change my weight loss as well, because I'm going to have time on my hands. Since you went away, I'm retiring. Yes. I am retiring. So you might as well consider me a retired lady. So I am retiring. It is official. I actually retired in, technically through my work, I retired in November. Of course, I haven't said anything. And then and I didn't tell anybody except for my dad, when it became official, I told my dad, I told some people in my stock club, and I told some people in my Downsizing Diva and Beyond group. So I am, and it's official. And it's so funny because I was one of the last teachers in my school to put it in, people that I know that's retiring. And I was one of the last ones to put it in, but yet I was one of the first ones to get my, I've gotten already my insurance information, my dental, my vision. So I'm just on board. I'm set up. And 53. Who retires at 53 nowadays? I feel so blessed, that I could do this. I feel confident because I got skills outside of teaching that I could fall back on if I need to. I will work again because my daughter is expensive. So I will work again, but I will take off for probably, and just spend a whole winter out of going because I got to commute. That's when I'm watching videos and all of that. So I am watching people's videos, and this is why I say don't really tell people how to support you on YouTube. Now you want to tell your husband, your wife, this is what I need, your partner, whatever you got going on. Some people in your life need to know what you need. But on YouTube, let people show up and support you how they want to support you because you never know what's going on. So I'm kicking my last 3 months here in high drive. I just got a lot to do to wrap up. I really wasn't expecting to retire this soon. My plan was to retire in another year, but they reduced the retirement age. When I first started teaching, I was 20 when I got hired. I wasn't even 21. I started teaching. I got a job at 20, same job, 32 years. So who wouldn't want to hire me? Because I'm going to be out there again. I don't want to be in teaching, but 32 years in the same job, the same district, I'm loyal and I'm consistent. And I am like that and with really whatever I do. And so who would want to hire me? So I think I'd be fine getting another job, but I don't really just want a full-time job. I want a part-time job. I've been working since I was 14. I think I've said that on here. I've made some great financial choices and I've made some jacked up financial choices. So just like your weight loss is not straight, so neither is finances. And some of you, I told you a long time ago when I first started in, the last year, even 2 years I've been on here, I said, invest in that Eli Lilly, invest in that Eli Lilly. Some people did it and are, even the downsize. I told them that too. I told them about it, Lorraine and Chris, and they were like, oh, it's this, it's that. I said, well, buy partial shares, don't go in and buy the whole thing, buy partial shares. And I know they said on their channel, they did that. Now, I tell anybody who listen, anybody can go and learn about the stocks. The reason why I have like a stock club is because you're around like-minded people and it just keeps you on your toes. It keeps you thinking about the stock market, investing, and all of that. And I always say, you're going to hear me say this a lot because it's true, iron sharpens iron. So I don't really want to be around some dull knives when it comes to my money. I want to be around people that want to learn, want to grow, want to invest. So if you want to, learn about the stocks, come and join me. When I started that stock club, I said earlier, I wasn't, prepared with all my ducks in a row because I didn't know what it was going to look like. I had a stock book club, but we never really talked about investing and actually showing things like we do now. So, it's a thing. So I say this is going to change my weight loss because my job is a stressful job. It is like hearing about kids, and I'll be able to talk a lot more about, my job and what I've just have some things I've gone through and seen and heard. And, I'll be able to talk more about that public school versus Catholic school. My daughter's gone to a Catholic school. When I used to pay for daycare, I was paying $1,300 a month, 13. And then they say, oh, when she gets older, they said, oh, it'll go down. She was at this, like more of a private school. And they said, oh, the price will go down. Well, it went down to $1,100. I know people who don't even have a mortgage and insurance and property taxes. That's $1,100. Yeah, I was paying that for childcare. So I've just been teaching for so long. I see so many things. So when you guys come here and say, she's doing these games, she's creative, this and that. I've been there, done that, done all this in my classroom. And I like to engage people and talk. And I love the students who come in my classroom, very quiet, don't really say a lot. And my goal is for me to bring them out of their shell if they want to come out. Some kids don't want to come out of their shell. They're happy being in their shell. And I don't bother those ones. But man, some of those kids, they come out of their shell. And I just love that for them because because that lets me know it's a safe space, in my classroom. But I'm a stickler. I'm very tough. People think because I'm so nice, you probably get ran over as a teacher. I don't. I have high expectations. I believe all kids can learn. They just learn at different paces. And I believe that about this community. Everybody could probably lose weight, but we're all going to lose weight at different different speeds. And I'm not going to make anybody feel bad about not losing weight. And I'm not going to be preachy to people. I'm just going to really hit you with the facts, and that's it. And more importantly, I just really want this to be a positive community. So, if ever there's something going on in this chat and community and you're not cool with it, just log out. I mean, that's why we have free will. Do that, because I really want this to stay positive and hold me accountable, right? I also want to be positive. I like to lead with kindness, but I always say everybody has their day where, things don't necessarily go your way. So that's okay too. So Tamika, I hear she is Tamika in here. I'm going to tell you she is Tamika. You might be seeing me wear this hat because I hear people call you Coach T. Well, I've been Coach T at my school for a long time. That's what I'm known as. I have hats like that. So when you see Coach T, don't think I'm copying you. I've been a coach. And I love that. I don't know what your coach, I think your coach has something to do with exercise, and that's not me, as you know. My Coach T is, being a guide, being a facilitator, motivating people, motivating my students. And most students have played a sport or can relate to a sport. And so that's where the coach in me comes from. And I don't want to work harder than the kids. Like, I'm not there talking and doing everything. They are working, they're doing it. And if you're in any group you interact with me, you're going to be actively participating, because let's face it, that's how people learn. That's how people grow. So yeah, if you see that out there, I don't want to hear people say, "Oh, Downsizing Diva copied her." No. Downsizing Diva has been Coach T and Coach Thomas for so long. So that is just my thing. Even my superintendent of our whole district calls me Coach T, Coach Thomas. So it's a thing. I'm going to show pictures of me wearing that, my Coach T stuff, and you'll see it's back in the day because I'm looking chunky as ever. So anyway, that is my news. Now, the last thing, and then I'm going to go up in this chat. You guys can ask me questions if you want, and then we're out of here. But the last thing is, I want to say, Brown Mound came in. Brown Mound, you got to go back and watch the replay. But one of the things I just announced is that I'm retiring from being a teacher for 32 years. I'm super excited. My last day is in May. How is my YouTube journey going to look? I don't know, but I do know exercise-wise, I'll have more time to do me, right? Put into myself. I'll have more time to work out. I plan to join a gym. I plan to fall in love with exercise if I can. Now, if I can't, I'm just going to do what I have to do to survive. I might hire a trainer. I don't know what I'll do. One of my former students, she looks darn good. She's a trainer. And where her gym is that she trains, it's far from where I live at. So I'm going to reach out to her and see if she'd be willing to train me. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know if I can train with some eye candy. I mean, I tell you this story about how somebody sent me this trainer. I asked this guy for, he's in good shape himself. So I asked him, if he knew a trainer, because I could tell he works out. When I tell you, he sent me this picture of this guy. And I had to send him a message and say, I can't work out with him. He was like, why? I said, because I would be distracted. So I need somebody that's not so attractive to work me out. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I just know me. I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to be counting your abs instead of counting the number of reps. Or do they count the number of reps? So I just know me. So I'm going to have to get a girl trainer that's a student of mine that I'm not even going to be buddy with, all like that. You know what I'm saying? I got to get me a female that is going to, and I think with one of my former students, I'd be embarrassed if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So I think I'm going to reach out to her. That's going to be my best bet. So thank you. Somebody in there, Carla, said, God is good. God is good. I love that for myself. So yeah, so you see me and you see me with a big smile. That is what it is. So this is what I need your help with. So being on YouTube, I get a lot of sponsorship offers, and I've turned down quite a bit. I really have. When I first came on here, and let's see what I'm doing 6 months from now. Will I even be on YouTube? I hope so. but I don't know where my retirement is going to take me. I don't know what direction my retirement is going to take me. I don't know if I will fall back on this channel and pump up my retirement channel, my teacher channel. I don't know if I will create content for kids. I got something going on in the works. I'll, probably be talking about that soon. On Wednesday, come to my live because I'm going to be dedicating that live to a special person in YouTube. I'm not adding their name in my title and all that. I'm not really into that. And it would benefit me to do it for this person because this person is bigger than I am on YouTube, but I just don't feel the need to do that because like I say, support and love for somebody is silent. It doesn't have to be like broadcast, but I am going to be mentioning this on Wednesday, who the person is, and the live is inspired by this person. And then I'm going to be doing an unboxing on Wednesday. So you'll see my new adventure. This is why I'm wondering about Temu, because I don't want to be out here advertising everything. So I'm gonna put a poll up and see if you guys, is that something I should do? And I'm beyond if you would buy it or not. For people out there, is that something that you would like to see the downside? Would you be like, why is she doing that? I don't know. It's for this community. It could be things that could help me too. But first of all, I need to see what they're saying. But what they presented it's like one of the best put together packages I've seen people offering you. Some of these people offer you sponsorships and it looked like my daughter sent the email. So there's that. My daughter is a good typist, by the way. I'm not trying to shade anybody. She is good with the computer. You know how these kids are these days. But I'm just saying. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. My mods are on it. They're like, Dee Dee, you need to get off this live. Thank you we still got 85 people hanging out. Go back and watch the replay if you didn't catch it. Thank you for rocking with me. I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday is dedicated to one of my favorites in YouTube that's been so supportive these 2 years. So if nothing else, if you're curious and just want to see who it is, I'm not out adding that person in my title and all of that. That's just not me, what I do. And it's okay if you do it. Remember, it's okay. Just like our journeys are okay. How we operate on YouTube has to be okay. So we're all different, and I think there's beauty in that too, because you can learn from each other. When we're all copying each other and we're not growing, we don't know why, because we're all copying. But if we're doing different things and making things work with our own personalities and ourselves, we can kind of see what other people are doing that works and kind of gel that together. So that's just the way I, come at it. Again, I'm not saying do it my way. I'm saying this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. So if you ain't take anything else from what I said, value yourself. Value yourself in your relationships and value yourself here on YouTube. And with that said, love you guys. Have a good night. Bye. And my coat. Let me go off with this extra large, not a plus size extra large, a regular extra large. I'm going to take that and take my butt to bed. Love you. Good night. Bye.